Okay, so it looks like I'm gonna have to search graphical. So I did choose open in. Okay, there we go. Import with graphical. Success! Woohoo! Okay, so let's see. Looking at my X and Y, they look pretty good. Okay, looking at X and Y velocity. That's okay. And again, this is because my plotting of points, having to choose the top of the board shorts as my constant point on which to click was one of the sources of error that I could possibly have. If you are cognizant about what we are doing, you could make the statement that since we calculated these, since we computed and captured these videos in our two-dimensional kinematics, for something that's in free fall, technically, with an initial x component of velocity like projectile motion, because remember your kinematics video did not have to be projectile motion. Many of you had things moving on the ground like a car driving on a road, but since my video had to do with my object in projectile motion, you would know that the acceleration of this object should be, drum roll, gravity. Right? So even when I do this analysis, I can think in my head of some value that my acceleration should approximate. So I am just going to look at the y velocity. Okay, and I'm going to click the green dots down at the bottom, apply curve fit. This looks linear. And recall that when I set my origin, I set the origin from where my object took off, and so the delta y in my video was negative, so the acceleration should be negative. And when I look at the slope on the linear box, it does say that my slope is negative, and it is negative 7.613. So I know in my head that it should approximate 9.78 because this is Honolulu, and our gravity here in Honolulu is approximately 9.78. 7.6 is not as close as I'd like it to be, but the shape of the graph and what the graphs look like, we're okay. Okay, so now I'm going to take a screenshot of this. And I would go ahead and import this into Notability. So when you do your Q1 project write-up, you can do this in Notability. I would actually prefer it so that you had a PDF. Okay, so because I don't have my keyboard attached, I'm going to handwrite this, and you guys please feel free to type it. In fact, it's easier for me to read typing than it is your writing most of the time. So unless your penmanship is very easy to read, please type your introduction and conclusion. So here's my introduction of the Q1 project. Okay, so I would have my introduction written out here, and I will post a blurb on our website about what the project purpose is for Q1, and you can kind of summarize that in your own words. And then since I already have your clips video dropped into the Google folder, I have the raw footage. So in here, you're just going to put a screenshot. Here's a screenshot of you capturing your data. So in the background, it should be, your video, and then a screenshot of you actually importing your video into Video Physics and plotting the points. And then another screenshot of your graphs. A data section. And again, this I will outline in more detail in the document on our website. And then the conclusion. So this video, since it doesn't contain all of the specifics about what to put in your introduction, data analysis, and conclusion, is more of a how to import the video. This is how to import the video from your Google Drive and open it in Video Physics, how to do the analysis, and then how to create the graphs in Graphical. So for more detail on what to include in the introduction, the data analysis, and the conclusion, please see the document posted on our website. Thanks, guys.